I fall for jump scares every damn time. Even when I know they're coming, I still will literally fall over.
Yeah. But you're a maintained goat.
Apparently.
Maintained goat that don't jump scares.
Okay, so I went to...
Welcome to the Northernist Podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. It is episode 238. My name is Jocelyn and my co-host is
Diana.
Once again, coming to us in real life in person, the pair of us together. We got a lot of heart comments from last week's video.
Nice.
Together again!
Yay!
Emoji! Yay! What you guys don't understand is it's weird for us because now we're used to looking at each other through a screen.
I know, it's like, why are we? I don't, but
What?
I don't know where
Do I
to
look
anymore.
forward? Do I look sideways?
Yeah.
Do I stare at my toes? Like, what's going on? So, fine. We are once again over caffeinated early on a Saturday morning with not enough carbs. I'm only half done my muffin.
I'm only half done my coffee.
I'm done my coffee.
I had so much sugar though.
I do not
Let's
need
go.
mediocre warm coffee. So we're going to get this party started. Dana brought her thingy, so we have show notes this time.
Yay!
So she can tell everybody what we're going to do and I can scarf some muffin.
This week we've got What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Yarn on the Go, Woolly Workings, Wool Gathering, and Kniterature.
It's too much stuff on the table.
Why am I sitting so far away from this table anyway?
I don't
This is great. How about I come closer?
I don't understand why you sit where you sit.
I don't know. I just sit in places.
I don't think I can get closer. I got the good chair. I got a keyboard off screen. Guys, I got so much going on.
There's a
We're
lot
in.
going on off screen.
We're in. There's always so much going on off screen. All right. So what's in our cup? I've already finished my mocha from Stella's.
I'm half finished the mocha from Stella's.
So I started drinking my iced tea.
I haven't had much of that yet.
So heat problems in the apartment continue. It's an old system. People are they bought the building and renovated it. So like this is the first year with people in the building over winter.
They're working out all the kinks.
We are in the middle of growing pains.
Beta testing.
Beta testing.
So
So it's fine. It comes with old buildings. It comes with the testing. So right now I'm cat free. I descended to live with my brother-in-law and sister because the temperature fluctuates too wildly and I worry about her because, that's dangerous for cats. It's dangerous for puppies. Anything that's dangerous for a toddler or younger is dangerous for your pets.
Makes sense.
Or senior on either extreme. Pets fall into the perma-toddler range.
Pets are perma-toddlers.
You've met Gilbert and now you've known my cat for years. They're perma-toddlers.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
that is
wrong.
true.
I'm not wrong. Like all the pet owners that watch us are like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Perma-toddler.
All right, carry on.
Sure, it's fine. Hopefully they're able to do the repairs this week and I can bring her home. I'm hoping. Until then, I am a bachelor, hardcore, because there's no pet in this house to take care of. But there's some fancy free people. No, it's not. I'm still nearly 40. I still have a schedule. So that's fine. But it will explain why nobody will see Phaedra this week.
That's fair. I was alarmed when I walked in. You're like, yeah, there's no cat this week. I'm like, what do you
Whatever
mean
cat.
there's no cat?
Where's your cat? She's gone vacation. She's on vacation.
That works.
So it's fine. Whatever. We're drinking iced tea. The iced tea is sea buckthorn cherry. And the tea company is no longer around. So I'm enjoying the last of it.
That works.
Because I eat muffin.
That works because it's cool threads and mostly it's me.
Uh-huh.
I brought my flax cardigan. No, it's a pullover. The flax pullover. I brought that with me on this trip. So I've been wearing that a lot this week. It's been chilly. And chilly enough that in addition to cozy sweaters, I have needed a cozy shawl. So I have today my sister's favorite things, which I'm going to spread out.
Would you like some screen?
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
hello.
yes. It's just so, I love this shawl so much. It looks great.
Guys, we're still getting to double digits in the day, but we started like 5 degrees Celsius in the morning.
It's chilly in the morning and at night. And last night I was at Boo at the zoo, so extra layers were required. It was chilly. So there's that. And I think that was it. You had a thing that you've been wearing a little.
In the mornings when I go for walks, I wear my mallow cardigan. Nothing fancy. Sometimes the Man, what's that massive shawl I love? Find your fade.
Find your fade.
Yeah. But it depends because it warms up for me real fast as soon as I start walking. So like we walked to Stella's today and back. It was like what 6-7 degrees. I was hot by the time we got home.
Okay. Teach me your secrets. How do you produce heat?
I don't know, but I do really well. Even when I'm losing weight, I'm producing heat. It is crazy. I am not a cold person. I'm not into a lot of things because I just don't get cold.
Just perpetually
Unless
cold.
I'm really sick, then I'm cold.
Perpetually cold.
I'm not cold.
I need all the coats. It just means I can wear more of my knits. There.
I
It's
need to learn to
silver lining.
knit more in linens.
Fingering weight linens. Then you can wear it at -40.
Yeah.
You won't be too hot.
Or I can wear wool. I just have to be careful and wait till we're in the negative degrees Celsius before I put the wool on.
Yeah. Then I believe. Oh, it's time for yarn on the go.
It is. You are yarn on the go.
Well, yes, but we went out for lunch with Erin.
We did.
We worked on socks.
And we went shopping.
And Erin worked on more socks, and we were busy shopping.
We were busy shopping.
I bought this cool shirt.
We visited Lennard Taylor.
Yes, that is his name. I'm going to stand up and show off the
Actually
shirt.
met him. He's adorable.
Look at this fun shirt. It's longer in the back. It's got pockets.
So he's gone back to pre-20th century clothing making for women, which means we put pockets back in things because that is strictly a 20th century endeavor.
It's so nice. It's so comfy. So comfy. So yeah, if you ever happen to be in Winnipeg, head to the Exchange District and go check out Lennard Taylor because he is a wonderful human being that genuinely loves what he does. The clothing he makes is awesome and is super fun to try on.
And buy.
I'm going to do the super scientific thing of try the thing on my foot to see if it's long enough.
Guys, I've cast on a bunch of new things and finished nothing.
And nobody is surprised.
What I do. I wanted some.
It is long enough.
You can do your toner?
Yeah, I can.
Excellent. I started thinking I needed some house socks. I have hardwood floors. It's a turn of the century building. It will eventually get cold enough that even if I have heating problems, it'll still be cool in here. Well, the floors will get cold. The air might not get cold, but the floors will get cold because real hardwood.
Oh,
What'd you do?
my ball unwound. Oh.
One of those days, is it? So I looked at
Yep.
fruity patterns on Ravelry, like still not enough to want to cast them on. And then what am I doing? Just make my own. Just make my own. And if I do it right, set it up for people to do it like a sock recipe. So then that way it's whatever size your foot is, you can make this house sock. So then we're fully size inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. So I've cast it on and made entirely 2 rows of notes. 2 rows of notes, no words, just numbers. That's how I make notes when I do patterns, people. So, just two. So on a set of 4mm needles, I've started toe up because of course toe up, guys. That's what I make, toe up socks whenever I can. I started with a really boxy toe, as you can see. It's meant to, for size ratio, I made sure it went over my foot that already had a sock on it and had a little bit of comfy space. So that way you could double wear your socks if you're like Dino and have cold feet. So
Always.
you can double layer your socks in the winter so you have your regular socks and you put your house socks on top of your regular socks to help heat up your feet. I'm thinking here, guys. I'm working. Because I'll only want the 1 layer. But that doesn't make any sense because a lot of people like to double layer their socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is in fact a necessity for me.
Working on this. And then when I get up over the ankle, this is going knee high. We're going knee high, people, on a worsted.
Nice.
I want proper house socks. I won't pull them on over socks and leggings and walk around with your baggy winter sweaters that I've been making. So that you can lounge in your house and drink a cup of tea and have your at-home Saturday day or at-home Sunday day and just do laundry, like full on. I've given up on life loungewear.
Side note, the pockets in Lennard's stuff are perfect for a ball of sock yarn.
Which I'm pretty sure is not how he designed them.
No, it's totally not. But just side note for knitters, if you like to walk around and knit socks, it fits a cake of sock yarn.
Which, by the way, is better than any of those little handheld bags on your wrist, because that has to damage your wrist because you're putting all that yarn weight on your wrist, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up.
Do you have snips handy?
Yes. If they're not in there, they're on the coffee table. I think they might be on the coffee table.
They don't appear to be in there. It's just sock yarn. I can do this.
You can do this?
I can do this.
There's nylon in the sock yarn, but yeah.
There
So my first project is that because I literally decided to do this on the fly and pulled it out right away. Center pulling, and I'm trying out the yarn cozy I got.
Oh, cute. I love it.
And I put it over top of a ball of amethyst worsted from Impeccables by Michaels, because I had 2 balls of amethysts and I have very long legs. So I can do the full on knee high. And I weighed this before I started, which was the first row of notes. The second row of notes was how many stitches I cast on and how many stitches I had when I was doing around my foot, when I got to the end of my box toe here. And that's it. That's all I've written, because I haven't made it to the heel yet. That's it. There's no pattern. It's 2 lines of numbers, people.
2 lines of numbers that you're going to find in 2 months and be like, oh, I wonder what this was for.
No, I made a note in the Google Docs. All of the patterns I started are in Google Docs with names. Now this one is literally purple house socks right now, but it means I can find it again later. It's true. So we're doing that, and it also means I can weigh this when I'm done, and then I know how much grams I used, so approximately how many yards I used at my size for the length of my calf and the length and size of my foot, which means I can give those numbers in the pattern as reference point when people are calculating how much yarn they would need.
Nice.
See what I'm doing there? Trying to make them as universal as possible, which requires a bit more work on my part, but that's fine. So also, I literally stood up, looked at my stash and said, what do I have 2 bowls of worsted in? And it was amethyst. So that's what we're making it out of. So it's a deep purple.
Oh, hardship. Deep purple.
Not even remotely. This is why you have stash, people. This is why you have stash, so that you can randomly decide you need a house sock at 12 o'clock one night and make one.
Yeah.
Or start one. So that's what I'm working on. No pattern really, because it doesn't exist. Will it exist? Probably at some point, I would imagine, yes.
Sometime eventually in the future.
Mm-hmm. At some point, Elsa's just going to get on an airplane from Norway and sit on my head till I finish things. This is how that's it. International travel's opened up. How can I tell? Elsa has moved onto my couch and she won't let me start things till I finish my projects. She'll house quarantine me and Louise in the same house and not let us out till we're done whips. Elsa says we're grounded.
Finish your work, then you can play.
Then you can play.
Got to finish all your vegetables first.
I have no problems eating my vegetables first.
The knitting vegetables?
No, knitting vegetable. I literally cast on another sweater last night, guys. I was stressed about having to send my cat away, so I cast her on the sweater.
Oh, what's that? Obviously.
It was stress casting.
Yes, it's fine. You stress cast on.
And Sherry was very quiet and patient and let me talk myself through the math. We're good. Your turn. We have equal number of projects. I don't have to talk about multiple projects at once.
Aha. Okay.
Have I done anything for the Fiber Friends challenge? Not whatsoever. And there's only 10 days in the challenge. So if I don't start something like today, I have not participated.
Okay. So last week I was talking about how I had to repair my mom's socks.
Yep.
So I did, in fact, repair my mom's socks.
Woo-hoo!
And I've got 2 different kinds of repairs to talk about. So this is the easiest way to show off the repairs.
The easiest way to show off socks is to stick them on your hand until they're on a blocker.
Yeah, well, and I'm trying to show off the bottom of them too. So
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely that.
So I love my mom and I let her pick out this yarn, even though I knew it was a bad idea for socks. It was like a bamboo cotton blend.
Never.
No nylon whatsoever. I knew this was going to be a problem. I know. I've told her this. She's not allowed to pick non-nylon yarn anymore.
Yeah, she needs nylon yarn.
But I
could do bamboo cotton socks, but I'm not as hard on socks as your mom is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did warn her, but I knit them for her anyway.
Yeah.
So this is the second round of repairs I've done on these socks. You can see the first round. This is a first round patch. So for this kind of patch, I picked up some stitches at the bottom, knit a flap, and then sewed it down at the top and along the sides. But this time I found a tutorial from River City Yarns, I think.
Okay.
I did what we talked about last week, and I made the playlist on our YouTube channel
Excellent.
of the helpful videos.
Yeah.
So as I find helpful tutorial videos, I'll just stick them in there.
That's great, because then we can find them again.
Yeah, and then you can find them again too.
This will be helpful, guys. Trust us.
So for this one, it's the same idea. So you pick up stitches at the bottom, making sure that you're 2 to 3 rows below the problem.
Yeah.
But instead of knitting the whole patch and then stitching down the sides, what you do is you just have a length of yarn on a darning needle. And so as you get to each side, you take your end of the yarn and you weave it through a couple of bars in between the stitches.
Okay.
So you're sewing it down as you go. And then when you get to the top, you do a Kitchener stitch. My Kitchener stitch is not fantastic, so it's really sticky outy and bulky here.
A Kitchener stitch is like everything else. It takes so much practice.
Yeah, so like it's a little bulky. I did a little bit better on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit better, and yeah, this one's still, that one's still not great either. I didn't do a great job weaving in my ends on this one. You can totally see them. Oh well. Oh well.
They're in the bottom of a foot.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I'm pleased my first patch is holding, so that means these new patches should hold for a while. The other kind of repair I did was on this one there was a couple of thin spots, so I just did some duplicate stitch and also did a crap job of weaving in my ends. Whatever. My mom will not care.
Also, bottom of a foot.
Yeah, and then there's some more up there. You can see the yarn's a slightly different color. But I am now essentially out of this gray yarn. I was out of the blue yarn when I finished these socks. Like, they are the height they are because that's how much blue yarn I had.
Yeah.
I have maybe a meter of the gray yarn left. So like I can fix another thin spot and that's it. So after that, we either have to find completely different yarn that has nylon this time, or these socks are dead and I'm making my mom some new socks. I'm going to make my mom some new socks anyway.
Start making your mom some new
I'm going to make my mom
socks.
some new socks anyway. Yeah, so sock repairs. This was like the big thing that I did this week was 3 knitted patches and some duplicate stitch. Show you what this looks like on the inside, because the hole's still there, in case anybody's wondering. The hole is still there.
I'm not sure anybody was wondering, but sure.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe nobody ever thought about knitting patches on socks. So like, this is the hole. It's still there. In fact, I did this patch over an old patch because the hole showed back up. So like, the hole's still there. There's just a patch over it now and holding all the edges together so the hole doesn't get any bigger, theoretically. So, and no, it's not perfectly smooth on the inside. It is lumpy. And that's, you know what? That's what my mom gets for picking bad sock yarn.
So you're trying to train your mom into picking good sock yarn by doing mediocre patchwork.
You know what? This is the best patchwork I can do because I've never had to do so much patchwork in my life just for my mom's socks. I've learned to repair socks for my mom.
Patching over patches, that is some serious patchwork. That's not light patchwork, that's hardcore patching.
There's 3 patches on the sock.
Your mom needs socks with a nylon. Your mom needs socks with
Yeah,
nylon.
so my mom only gets nylon blends from now on.
Oh my gosh.
And I told her this and she's like, oh, nylon. I'm like,
Yes.
and I was wearing hand knit socks at the time. Like, do you see these socks? Touch these socks. She's like, oh, these are nice. And it's got nylon in it. So just shush. You get nylon socks now.
Nylon socks.
So my mom only gets nylon blend from now on.
Me. What size of sock does your mom need? I'm gonna knit her some Jocelyn socks. Those are essentially Kevlar. Let's see how long it takes her to wear those out.
Give it 6 months.
Yeah. Hey. Jocelyn, my mom needs some sock repair in the sock she made her. Oh, for the love of. I'm sending you the yarn. She's your mother. I'll knit her socks, but you have to repair them.
For the record, her feet are the same size as mine.
Really?
Yep.
That's not too far from mine. Because you're what, a lady's 8?
9.
9? Yeah, you're not too far from me.
Yeah, I think I'm like 1 size smaller than you.
I'm a 10, 11, so yeah.
Okay,
Essentially.
yeah. I'm like an 8.5, 9.
Well, everybody has a little range because it depends on the time of day, time of month. It's like your body.
Yeah, well, and it depends
shift
exactly
a
the
little
shape of the sole.
Yeah, it depends on the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. What else did I do? We should talk about the MKAL last. So I'll talk about my other cast on. I bound off the sock after Diana picked up the stitches, the plain vanilla I was doing in the red breasted nuthatch. It's a shorty sock. It's somewhere in here. It may be on the coffee table. I don't actually know where it ended up because it went in my purse because I finished finding off at lunch on Thursday. And then when I got home, it just...
Maybe I saw it by the door.
It might be by the door.
Should I go see if I can find it?
Sure. I won't be able to find it. That's for dang sure.
All right, attached to my pockets. I'll just go for a walk.
Okay. I need that shirt.
There's a sock. I don't know where its mate is, but there's a sock.
Well, there is no mate because it's in the bag.
Right.
And I usually have one live with the other two undone. Now I can put it in the bag because I wasn't sure where it was.
Whee! Slippery spot.
Yeah, it's got some, well, here I've got some gruff where I've been gruffing up the floors.
Yeah.
So I need to take a fine grit sandpaper and Murphy oil it. And then I need to put some felty things in the bottom of this chair today. So I don't do any more damage to the hardwood. Okay, Diana found sock. I finished 12 stitches of a bind off.
Yay!
Look at my knitting prowess. Diana kindly picked up the stitches for me. She said it wasn't quite as much of a hot garbagey mess as I thought it was.
It looked like a more garbagey mess that only actually 2 of them fell down.
Oh, thank heavens.
You actually caught the others just fine. So.
Yeah. There was no guarantee I would have done that. That's fluke. That is hardcore fluke. So the first shorty sock of the red breasted nuthatch is done. Woohoo!
Woo!
Which means, and I mean, I was working on the second one last week. I didn't work on it this week, but I can tuck it in its bag with its partner, and then I know where it is until it's done. And then when they're both done, I have new socks. These more sock sacks. Okay, I'm gonna stick that off right. It was work on worsted stuff because we were cool in the lower 20s till the heat went on the building. Oh man. Okay, things I have casted on. Finally, the sweater I wanted to cast on the start of October. It's now what? Middle of October.
Definitely middle.
It's 16th today. Definitely middle.
Sounds right.
I want to make something called lodge sweater. It is an oversized mock turtleneck, high-low split hem worsted weight sweater.
Sounds cozy.
I wanted 2 oversized. For me, they're still fitted. I wanted 2 oversized sweaters. They're semi-fit for me, which is like my version of oversized. Long house loungy sweaters. That is all I need. I don't require any more. The rest will probably be like fingering fitted, like to take out. But I wanted like weekend sweaters, right?
Mhm.
And you need 2. So you can have one in the wash and still have one to wear.
Right. Obviously.
Same way as I need 2 pairs of the knee-high socks, so I can have one in the wash and one to wear.
Obviously. This
This
just
is
makes sense.
This is logic, people. So as I continue work quietly in the background on the Saturday morning sweater, I cast on the lodge sweater because send my cat to my brother-in-law's house. So I was stressed. So at midnight last night, I was casting this on. That's it. It has a cast on edge, and I've done approximately 40 stitches in 1x1 ribbon on the first row. That's it. Now, I could have been fancy and done the tubular cast on. No.
Not happening?
Not happening. And I don't like split hems.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I find for me for split hems, you always get the flip up on the one side.
Mm.
I hate when the clothing flips at the bottom. I hate when clothing flips at the bottom. Drives me up the wall. I don't care if other people's clothes flip up. It annoys me if mine do. Like hardcore annoys me when mine. So everyone's got their thing. It's like when my pant legs don't just skim the ground. They have to be in boots. Like I cannot have 2 inches of shoe showing. 2 inches of shoe showing at the bottom of my hem. I cannot. I wear out hems at the bottom of pants because of it. I have moved to leggings and putting my pants in boots because I just. That's how you know it's me or the doppelganger in the city. Because there's someone who looks really like me. But Sherry's like, she can't tell the difference.
Oof.
She's like, the only reason I know it's not you is because her pant hems don't touch the ground. And you will not leave the house if your pant hems don't touch the ground. She's right. I won't. I can't. That is one of those. Everyone's got one.
Okay.
You have one where you're just like, I can't do it. It's not happening. You'll have a thing where you just nope. For me, it's pant hems and the flippy thing on the split hem where it flips up.
Try to figure out what that is for me now.
You will, now that you know there's a thing, you'll go looking for it till you find it. It's like when people are like, well, when you get dressed, you put your pants on, you put your left leg in first or your right leg in first?
Probably left. I'm left-handed.
I put my right leg in first. I'm left-handed.
I've just never paid attention. I don't know.
Once you pay attention and you notice, you will never not notice. You'll never not notice. This is what my brain does. It's weird.
Okay.
It's weird in here, people, and I know it. It's fine. I also know I don't care if other people, because I don't care what other people do. They do them, I do me. Everybody's happy. So I didn't do the split hem on the pattern. It is a bottom-up construction with 4 inches of ribbing.
I do these things.
At least it's 1x1 ribbing, which isn't quite as annoying as 2x2 ribbing.
Why do you do these things to yourself?
Because it's so pretty in pattern. And I know I'm gonna like it when I'm done.
So much ribbing. 4 inches. Why?
4 inches of 1x1 ribbing is in my future. Cool. And then it's worked seamlessly to the shoulders, and then there's more instructions. I skimmed the instructions for the rest of it, so I sort of understood the construction, kind of, sort of. And now I'm just following in pattern once I'm past the fact that I'm not doing the split hem part of the ribbing. So I'm just doing the ribbing to the point where I'm supposed to move on to the body, and then we will move on and follow the instructions as is. So that is the only modification I've made to this sweater so far. The next one will be length, because it's meant for somebody who doesn't need 18 inches of body before 2 inches of ribbing to have 20 inches or more of body length from the underarm to cover the butt, which I need. Then I can wear it with leggings, because leggings are not pants. Leggings are not pants.
They're leg
comfortable. They are leg coverings. They are not pants. Cover your butt. It's also why I need one of those shirts. So that's what I'm going to be working on forever. 4 inches of ribbing. I'm just killing myself now. I'm like, oh my god. It's a good thing I have more of My Life is Murder to watch on Acorn TV.
Mm-hmm.
Not sponsored, guys. I just really, really like Lucy Lawless, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the campy, cheesy Murder of the Week series.
Just on a kick right now.
So cute. So cute. I like British TV a lot. Like anything not American is the route we're gonna go with. It's hard for me to watch American TV for the most part. Unless we're talking like The Masked Singer, then I can't get over the costumes. So good. So to make my life even more challenging.
Oh no.
I'm working in black. It's a Halloween sweater.
Uh-huh.
I'm working in a black tweed and worsted. Still can't see the stitches, but the worsted I could feel better.
Okay.
So that's fine. I can do this. And I'll only need help picking up the shoulder seams later. Erin, you're gonna get a call in a couple months. No word of allowed. They're like, when you're over, can you pick up some shoulder stitches for me? Because it's in black yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do those wrong. But I have this really cool impeccable tweed. Like, look at that tweed.
It does look really fun. I'm excited to see this.
So it's gonna look so good because you can just sort of start to see the flex pop up in the hem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
It's
you
gonna
imagine
look-
that up the body?
It's gonna just look so cozy.
So like that tawny golden brown. Yeah, all acrylic. So again, I can wash and dryer this bad boy. So super excited. And I bought it on the yarn sale. So I got the whole sweater for like $40.
Nice.
That's a Jocelyn size sweater for $40. Guys, at the budget yarns and the wool, you start at $90 for me for a sweater. How do I know? Because we were at Michael's this week and I did some math. So I've started that as well. And then you're up. And then we have MKAL.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about the sock as I try to finish the round.
I'm going to realize I'm jittery because I haven't finished my muffin, but I certainly finished my coffee.
Finish the muffin.
The muffin has seeds on it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I was talking about I'm classy.
Oh, okay. So the round that I'm trying to finish right now is the Diana socks. I'm on the toe. I'm finally on the toe. I'm so excited. I have been nearly on the toe for like 3 weeks, and I'm finally on the toe. Okay, I can hold it up properly now. 1 second.
I was going to feel bad about the speed which I'm finishing things, but I'm not now.
This is why you keep me around, right? So you look really fast.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first of a pair of Diana socks designed by the amazing Nikki Knits.
Oh yeah, she's doing her own her own knit along right now.
Yeah. I need to actually like look up the details on that and like maybe participate.
Even heel, I think, is the pattern. Guys, it's on her YouTube. Like she's got all her stuff. Like go check her out.
Yes, we will link. I'm gonna make a note to link.
Look, the muffin has seeds. There's seeds on the muffin. It's a morning muffin. I love morning glory muffins. If any of you guys have ever heard of those before, but you start with shredded carrot. It is a breakfast muffin.
It is dense. I had one of those last week.
It's so good.
I was good for hours.
It's so good. I need to make some and freeze them, but the volume of work just puts me off every time. Like, spend 40 minutes prepping your muffin.
So there's this beautiful lace pattern on the front, and it's not too simple and it's not too complex, and it doesn't have any center double decreases. And then there's the different contrasty lace. I super love this different contrasty lace.
I like really so much.
And then there's cables down the back. Well, one cable down the back because I love cables. I cannot tell what am I. Oh, I'm seeing the reflection of my needle in the screen, and I thought it was one of my hairs hanging off the sock. I'm just grabbing at nothing. Trying to reach a reflection. I'm a cat now, apparently, playing with my own reflection.
Okay. I'm with you.
What else do I have to say? The yarn. The yarn is the January sock set from Fireweed Fibre Co. The body is, the speckle is Purple Finch, and this is all the like cranberry pinks and whites speckle. White with pink speckle, red speckle, whatever. And then in my Purple Finch, yes. And then the contrast color is this little ball that I think got named Pinot Noir at some point.
Because I asked for a sweater's quantity work.
So it got a name. Anyway, so this is the contrast color. The pattern does not call for a contrast toe. I just really love contrast toes, and I want to use up this gorgeous yarn. So I'm making a contrast toe because I can.
Sure, why not? You've got the yardage for it. Go for it.
Absolutely. So that's nearly done. And then I'll make another one eventually. No, these socks are taking so freaking long.
Well, we bought you a second set of sock needles, so.
This is true. So I can have 2 pairs of socks that I never work on the go. It's a lot.
Okay, we're going to talk MKAL.
Yes.
So
Should I pull out my colors too?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to talk at the same time. So if you don't want spoilers, you're going to have to do a little bit of skipping ahead because we're going to talk about it at the same time because we're both doing the Stephen West MKAL. And well,
they talked me into it.
It's not hard.
It was twist my rubber arm.
And you're enjoying yourself? Well,
I haven't actually passed on yet. I wound the yarn. I bought the needles and I wound the yarn. So that's all I got. I'm sorry.
These wedges are gorgeous. I got so distracted doing the wedges. Okay, so we're going to talk about things. And well, I know I'm not going to post any spoiler photos on Instagram until it's done. Because once the MKAL is done, you're on your own. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. I'm done buffering you. That was a hiccup.
You okay?
Yeah, that hurt. Did that little thingy in my rib, like that little thingy that joins your ribs, that bounced a little bit in its frame. That hurt. What was I doing? We were talking MKAL. So once it's up and posted, but as far as I'm concerned, I will post all the photos I've been taking. So right now, the only people who are getting spoiler photos are the Discord people. So like Patreon members in the Discord thread will get the spoiler photos, but I won't post any on Instagram till the MKAL is over. I have to remember to sit up because I keep wanting to rest my chest on my belly, but my belly's shrinking, so I just keep falling farther forward.
Please, internet, observe.
I am lazy. All right, Stephen West, the MKAL. Let's start with the colors. My color A and my color B. My color A is the big blue bus, and my color B is dark chocolate. And since I'm finished section 2 of clue 1, my color B is a little small now. You'll memorize your colors. These are all Erin colors, people.
Mine too.
All Erin colors, all Fireweed Fibre Co. And then I went, whoop. Now, while he recommends color C be your variegated, he does let you, like he shows you the section clues and you look at the section and you can change your color orientation. So I do not need to leave them in this order.
Also true.
I can play with it. So
It's
for
a Stephen
now,
West knit along. Do what you feel.
do what you feel. For now, I have color C as steel blue, color D as octopus ink, and color E as berry kiss, because it worked best for section 2. And I'll probably leave that way to the end of this clue, but at some point, I'm going to pull this out at some point when section, like when color C becomes the focal point, depending on what it is I might switch C and D around to suit the shawl and to suit what the color looks are coming for. So did you want to show up your colors and then I'll show what I've done?
Sure. I have not fully decided my colors yet.
Well, and you get to play with it and move it around so you can change it up as you go.
So I'm going to go by the order that they are on this little piece of paper that Erin. I am so grateful for this piece of paper because I was not going to remember the color names. Okay, so this teal is Harvest Night.
Oh, isn't that a gorgeous teal?
It's
I have a
so
sweater
beautiful.
quantity worth.
It's coming out a little bit blue on camera. It's a little more green in person.
So the witchling sweater, there's no it's witchling sweater. Is that is the body color and tea time is the color worked out at the hem. That's
tea time was the pale pink.
Yeah, it's the
Oh
pale
my God,
pink
yes.
variegated. I will show you after we're done recording. So
We're a little obsessed with Erin's yarn apparently now that we've actually memorized some of the color names.
Little just going
Little doesn't cover it.
Not even close. I'm at the point now where I just send her sweater patterns and do you have these colors? And if she doesn't, she's like, no, but I could make some. I'm like, this is so dangerous.
It really is.
Okay. Yes, please. It's usually how it goes.
Okay, so Harvest Night is teal. I'm thinking about this as my color A.
Okay.
Because it's sufficiently different from everything else. The next one on the piece of paper is Graphite. It's a lovely standard gray.
Yeah.
Would be a very nice framing color. However, now that I've sneakily watched clues 1 and 2 on YouTube, I'm thinking that what I might actually want for my color B is the speckle. There's only 4 names on here. I don't know what the speckle is. Oh, that's because it's this band. This one actually had a band on it. It's Violet Sock.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might like this to be my color B.
Ooh, could that be an interesting?
Because it's not too speckly, but I'd really like to show off the speckly.
Yeah, it would be a good framing color.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not too much, and it includes most of the other colors in it. So I feel like this might be a good framing color, so I think this might be my color B.
Okay, okay.
Oh, it's even got a touch of the teal in it. Look at that.
She's really good at color matching.
Yeah.
It's almost like she does the art.
I know, right? Okay, then we have this gorgeous purple. It is Purple Kush. It's just purple. It's so purple.
It's gorgeous.
I don't know what color this is going to be. Is CDE? I don't know. One of those.
They'll vary. They'll rotate. You'll move them.
There's that, and then there's almost Forget Me Not, because she has a colorway Forget Me Not, but it's variegated, and
this one isn't. And
so she dyed a more or a less variegated version. So it's almost Forget Me Not. Whoa, it's like glowing on the camera.
I know,
it glows a little bit in the natural light. It's it looks more blue in person, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this fun glowing color. I'm debating about this being color B as well.
Okay.
Because it's my lightest color. If you take a black and white photo, it is my lightest color.
Yeah.
But I think I like the speckle.
Okay.
I think I like the speckle as B.
I'm not done clue 1. So I'm going to show a little bit of clue 2 came out yesterday. I'm doing great. Whatever. I know it doesn't need to be done on time. Stephen West knows it doesn't need to be on time. In fact, he tells you it doesn't need to be on time.
Yeah. Well, I like this.
Oh, such a good color combo.
Maybe the glowy one should be my A.
Possible. And I will show you how it looks here in person. Now, did I follow the instructions exactly in section 2? Oh, of course not. Why would I? I did things the way I wanted them to that fit into his instruction set. So here we go. I have section 1 and section 2 done on my Stephen West MKAL.
Oh, that's so fun.
Isn't that cool?
Maybe this color order? I don't know. I just can't decide. There's part of the reason I haven't cast on because I just can't decide.
He has it set up so that the color pops are quite narrow. And you get it's got a different texture feel. I narrowed the texture bumps in color B. So rather than like 2 rows where you get the nice raised bump, it's only 1. So mine looks more like stained glass, but the colors are wider. And I didn't do this because I didn't love the way it looked. I did this because it was the only way for me to tell what color I was working in because of my vision restrictions. So this was strictly for vision restriction purposes. However, dang, doesn't that look pretty?
It's so good.
It looks like stained glass.
I love that.
So there we go. Here we go. My wages are done. I struggled for 2.5 hours yesterday to pick up stitches. Because dark chocolate, I can't see the stitches.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm picking up in color C, which is the steel blue, which is like the lightest color.
Mhm.
So you can see when you pick up wrong. It's
Mhm.
driving me insane. I'm hoping I got Diana just long enough that she can pick up stitches for me.
Oh dear. Okay.
Well, I broke it down by math by section, how much you have to have in each section
Yeah.
at the end of each wedge.
Okay.
So you can tell right away if you're out.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to do it twice. So I sat down and said, let's math this. And I mathed it. So I'm hoping, otherwise I have to spend another 3 hours trying to pick up these bloody stitches today.
Oh gosh.
So that's what's held me up. So as soon as I can get the stitches picked up, we're good. And then I have to remember that if I'm doing a dark section, so I get this beautiful color rotation, that I have to be able to bug someone in a couple of days to help me pick up stitches in the dark colors. Picking up stitches in light colors isn't nearly because like I can see the stitches on the edge where the light color is, but not where the dark color is. Because obviously dark color problems. But I'm glad I didn't do the variegated for my framing because you can just see that variegation pop for me.
Yeah.
But
that does look really good.
This gives it a very dark kind of moody fall look. And I know the variegated is going to pop up lower in the shawl and it's going to boom later. Stephen West, I have total faith.
Yeah.
Total faith. So I've marked right side, wrong side. Don't know why. Can totally tell which side, right side, wrong side. And I have been doing the weave and Stephen ends. So I've got a bunch of ends on the back here. And all I have left to do is wash, block, and trim.
It's nice.
So stoked. So there we have it. That's where we are with the MKAL.
If you pass that over with some needles, I can start picking up your stitches. And some yarn.
Would you like some color steel blue?
Sure.
So now you can see my problem.
Yes. Oh, these needles. Okay, I'm so glad I bought some of these.
Yeah, the Chagoos? Yeah. Super good.
I feel like a proper tailor now.
And I'm going to put in a cut so I can tell Diana the math without revealing any of this pattern.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in a few seconds. Queens. Would you like me to go first? No, it doesn't make sense. You have to go first.
I have to go first. I have to do the unscripted Patreon ad.
Do the unscripted Patreon ad. I'm going to knit on my sock.
Okay, let me just lock that in and that yarn over. Okay. If for some strange reason you want to financially support this madness, you can do so at Northern Knits Podcast. Nope, at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. I mean, the link for it is also in the show notes at northernknitspodcast.com. Any levels of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we talk about all of the things, all of the time, and post strange pictures and videos of me rubbing my brother's cat's toes because he apparently likes that, which I find is so strange.
That is weird.
It's so strange. You can put him to sleep with foot rubs.
So weird.
Cat loves foot rubs.
So weird.
We need to stage like a spa day photo shoot with this cat
Yes.
because he will
Let you dress him.
he will let you dress him and rub his toes.
So wrong.
So we
Super
need to
cute
do.
in his raincoat though.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
He actually likes the winter coat too. He fell asleep on it after. So we took it off because we thought he'd be getting too hot, but then he curled up on it and fell asleep.
Okay, cool. It's
So we
also
actually-
a bed.
Yeah. Cat likes his clothes.
Mine does not.
No, I know. That's what I was
No.
expecting. I was expecting this would take
She
a
is
great deal of training.
Not okay with that. Some cats are okay with that. Some cats like to go outside. Mine, caterwauls, like you're skinning her alive.
Anyway, for all this entertainment, the patron-only Discord server, pretty great place.
Mhm.
What else do we have? We have bi-weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts.
Bonus content goes up there first.
Yep, early access to bonus content. And for the higher tiers of support, we have the monthly e-knit-in on the second last Saturday of each month at noon Manitoba time. The next one of which is next Saturday, this coming up Saturday, the 23rd.
This coming up Saturday.
23rd of October. It is the Great Canadian Butter Tart Festival in Paris, Ontario that day. So we might have a small field trip. We might have a small field trip.
Or we might insist you go early and have footage for bonus content.
That too.
Depending on how that's going to go.
Yeah. Depending on how early I can get Mr. Diana out of bed for butter tarts, which is probably earlier than you would think.
It might be like, we can go now, or you can hold a camera while we take the girls from Discord. He might be like, we're going now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I too would also vote for that option. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, so excited. So good.
So that's happening. Have I forgotten anything about Patreon?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And I guess we have a merch store. If you want merch, if instead of a monthly subscription, that's not really what it is.
It's essentially it's a play on traditional patrons versus Patreons. That's why Patreon. So as a patron of the arts, you would support the artists. Patreon is the 21st century twist on that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So instead, if monthly isn't your thing and you just want to do a one-time thing, you can buy merch at our merch store, northernitspodcast.myshopify.com, because I still haven't fixed that because I'm on vacation. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Ooh,
I almost
serious.
I know I almost said something else and I'm like, no, let's keep it PG.
As always, we super understand that budgets are absolutely a real life thing that we all deal with. You cannot financially support us. Guys, absolutely get a hold of us on Instagram, on the Facebook group, here on YouTube. Use the hashtags for the knit-alongs. Tag us at Northern Knits Podcast, and we will check out the tags. We would love to see your works and bits and talk with you guys in the comments down on YouTube.
Yes,
And
engagement.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe because that helps everything.
Yeah.
Helps everything.
How's this cast on or pickup looking?
Like a million times better than mine.
Okay.
Cool.
I seem to be doing it correctly.
Uh,
I didn't actually count how many stitches I was supposed to have.
yeah, on the bright side, we did the math for that. I did the math for it, so at least it's easy to keep track.
20.
Because it's all about the math, right?
And when is the yarn over? So yeah.
All about the Benjamins.
Yep.
It's also
works.
if I'm out 1 or 2 stitches.
You can fudge 1
no,
or 2 stitches.
I can fudge, it's fine. So that's going on. We do have a knit-along going on right now, which we are, as always, excellently not working on.
I brought it to work on. I have not touched it the entire time.
Mine is still sitting on the side of the computer to work on in the evenings. Instead, I watch My Life is Murder and knit roundy. That's how that works for me right now.
Do what you got to do.
Oh man, the hashtag for the current running MKAL is hashtag NKP Winter Gear Cal. Gear is GEAR and then KAL. It does not need to be knitting. It can be crochet.
Ooh, hi. I've been parked there for 3 hours.
Diana needs to move her car.
It's fine. We can leave it a few more minutes. We can finish.
At least this section anyway. So when you're doing that, the hashtag will get you entries for finished items. They have to be adult sized and it must be color work-ish. Ish is very loose, guys. So long as it's known as a basic striped chevron pattern, we'll probably say yes. If you're a little unsure, please message me. Otherwise, the general rule of thumbs are obviously color work. Then you got mosaic, interlac, double knitting. There's a lot of options to make a color work like object.
Intarsia, does Intarsia count? No, Intarsia totally counts.
Totally counts.
I'm thinking about a duplicate stitch. That's what I'm thinking.
Duplicate stitch, I'm not sure. I'd have to see the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do it that way. And for the gear items themselves, it's cowls, it's balaclavas, it's toques, it's hats, it's shawls, it's scarves, it's mittens, it's headbands, it's things you wear with winter coats. So that's going on until the end of November. In theory, we've at least managed to finish a pair of mittens.
We'll see.
We have such big plans at the start of these things.
Yeah.
Never works out for us. I get distracted. Like immediately, like right after I cast on, I get distracted. This is how I function.
I get distracted by things I was totally not going to do. And then I'm doing them anyway.
Yep. So that's going on. And it is the last cal for the year. So which means everybody gets a break over Christmas and we can all get ready and excited for the podcast anniversary because we'll be at 5 years next March. Crazy. That's my phone. So with the one cal left running, whew, it was a year of cows this year. Holy Hannah.
Yeah.
The only other things we got going on is the lives at the start of the month. So at the start of every first Thursday of every month, let's phrase that better. First Thursday of every month, I do a check-in with Louise from Wildflower Wool right now. And we are sort of challenging ourselves and each other for accountability to finishing our wets. It works half the time.
Half the time it works every time.
Half the time it works every time. So we pick a couple of objects or a object, set reasonable or unreasonable goals. I'm obviously multiple objects and unreasonable goals every time. And we just see how much work we can get done to just sort of celebrate knitting, because both me and Louise have a lot. Okay, Louise has more whips than I do, but we both have a lot of whips. So we're slowly working through them, and I'm creating more and she's creating more whips every time we turn around and look at each other. It's a fun, it's just a fun check-in every month. It's all started with the 2-week sweater challenge last year, which is totally happening again this February, guys. So if you think to yourself, you'd like to challenge yourself to do a sweater in 2 weeks, in February next year, join us.
Join us, one of us.
One of us.
Well, one of you.
You could do a sweater in 2 weeks.
No, I can't.
You'd have no life for 2 weeks, which I don't for 2 weeks while I'm knitting a sweater. So that's a thing that's going on. And then we have our first Sunday of the month is live every month. So our next one will be the 7th of November.
That sounds right.
Our prelude, because in December we're live the whole month. So we're Sundays, Manitoba noon for the lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last monthly live check-in will be the 3rd of November, because as of December, to accommodate our busy holiday schedules, we're just live. So there's no show notes. Yeah.
No editing.
No editing. We make it as easy as possible for ourselves, because we were doing the math and we have missed very few episodes in almost 5 years. We're quite proud of that.
Pretty solid track record, I have to say.
So we're doing really well. I would like to keep that track record. I'm very proud of that track record. I'm quite excited by it. So that is what we've got for wool gathering for the moment. I don't think we have anything else going on that we need to worry about. No, we're good.
I think so.
We're
That's
good.
it. Then we just have some books to talk about.
Mhm. Mhm.
I finally finished a book. I finally finished a book, you guys. I had a lot of driving out to the lake to do last week.
You did.
So I finally finished Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Thank God.
It was ridiculous and fun, totally unnecessary. Pride and Prejudice does not need zombies. The zombie stuff ultimately does feel just like rather tacked on, but in a most entertaining manner.
Nope.
I was entertained.
So much now.
It was bad, but I was entertained, so whatever.
Me and Mom are gonna do a Disney Plus Halloween movie marathon on Halloween Day.
Nice.
Yeah. Super stoked. I'm so glad you're done that book. Oh. Oh.
You're done hearing me talk about this book?
Oh yeah, I've been groaning about that book since it came out. Some people mentioned, oh yeah, Pride and Prejudice. Would you like? No. The answer is no. I don't. Thank you very much.
I had fun.
That's good. Well, that's the point. You have to enjoy the books you're reading. Otherwise, why are you reading them? Unless you're in class for it.
Yeah. The other one I'm currently reading for book club, which is on Tuesday. I'm reading Snow Crash. It is 560 pages.
Okay.
And I am not halfway. Book club's on Tuesday. Wish me luck. Pray for me, everyone.
Yep.
It's fine. It's a very chill book club. It does not matter if you've actually finished the book when you show up.
Okay.
But besides that, I am thoroughly enjoying Snow Crash. It is weird and less cringe than Neuromancer was.
Good.
Probably, excuse me, because it was written in the 90s, so it's they had a little more idea of where the internet was going, so it's less cringe. They're not jacking into the Matrix.
If a trope is done well, it has staying power. If it's not done well, it doesn't have staying power.
The problem with the Matrix one is it's just been done so many times now that it's only a parody.
Yes, and it wouldn't have been written originally as a parody.
No. Which is the problem I had with Neuromancer.
Yeah.
This one, everybody's just goggling into the metaverse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
they're jacking into the mainframe.
They are. But they're using different words, and so it's better somehow in my brain.
That's fine. Well, you know, my brain, the problem with instantaneous.
Yes.
We all have those issues. Oh my God. I suppose it's time for the laundry list, is it? Guys, I'm almost out of the Gaslight mystery series. I have like, what, an hour left on the last book? So here we go. Are you ready? Let me open up the Goodreads. Let me scroll to the bottom of the page of things I've been reading. So in order, I finished more of the Victoria Thompson Gaslight Murder series. Last week I was finishing book 18, which is Murder on St. Nicholas Avenue. Done. We were pretty much done that one. Anyway, I had like a couple hours left. And then I started and finished Murder in Morningside Heights. Then I did Murder in the Bowery. And then I did Murder in Union Square. We're still going, guys. Then I did Murder on Trinity Place.
You left alive?
Oh yeah, a whole city worth of people. Murder on Pleasant Avenue. And now I'm like 1 hour away from finishing Murder on Wall Street. And we're out because book 25 doesn't come out till February of next year. In theory, that's its release date, right? So I have 1 hour and some minutes left of Murder on Wall Street. And then I am out of Gaslight series until I read books 1 through 4, which technically means 20 books in less than 3 weeks. When I started reading.
What are you gonna read now?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Next week on literature.
I guess something like that. So thoroughly enjoying it. Also, there's like because you got some characters that'll come back after a couple books. Like they were sort of like tertiary extra characters, not a part of the ensemble cast. You know, the guest stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guest stars is named Jocelyn.
Hey.
That was disconcerting for me. My name kept coming out of my audiobook. What?
What do you want me to do?
Huh?
I murdered someone? No, wait, I have to solve the murder. Wait, what?
No. I wasn't a murder victim. I was a tertiary character that got married to somebody who was affected by murder.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I was in the family way.
In the family way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Out of wedlock. Risky life endeavors. Turns out, tragic backstory. I had a hard go of it.
Oh.
But I did good. And I managed to pull myself up on my bootstraps. I married an ex-saloon owner who was very rich.
Good for you, marrying rich.
Good for me. Turn of the century, New York. That's actually a very legitimate thing to do. So hey, bonus. So that was fun. So I'm excited to wrap up the current murder. I think I know who it is. It's always delightful when you figure it out before they do. Because you're like, no, it's not that character, it's the other one. We gotta wait till they get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you're like, no, it wasn't the dude I thought it was.
Oh,
Well, booger. So I've been enjoying that. Very delightful. I'm really happy to wrap up the series. And yeah, I'm going to try to read books 1 through 4 when I can find them. Oh, big God, when I can find them. So we'll see how I do. And then hopefully we have a new Expanse book in November, which, given that those things are over 1,000 pages, will at least keep me busy for 2 weeks on its own.
Good.
Well, they're 320 pages, 300. It's a novel a day. It's the same rate I read romance novels at. They're about the same size. So it's fine. Diana.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating on pickups.
Counting and concentrating, but that's okay. Because we're done. So I can say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.
Now you can just concentrate and not worry about it.
Aha.